What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today was actually a fairly big day. There was a lot of stuff going on. We got some updates that I want to bring you. First, we know what's going on with the stimulus checks for Social Security recipients. We have got some updates from the IRS and the Treasury, so I'm going to address that today as well. We're going to address how 64 Democrats are pushing for a larger recurring stimulus check. This would be the fourth stimulus check and possibly a recurring check. I'll address that. We also know President Biden, he provided some details from the Washington Post regarding his possible $4 trillion Build Back Better plan. So that's pretty big as well. I want to address that and kind of what's going to be in it and what we should expect, not only for the next week, possibly 2 weeks, but leading up into really the summer months, because this is going to be a long, drawn out plan that's going to take a little bit to really negotiate and pass. So I'm going to address that because I know a lot of people are wondering, when's it going to pass? What's going to be in it? What will the American people see? So I'm going to cover that. So one thing I just want to let everybody know at this point, what we are seeing regarding the next package, whether it's a new proposal, people are picking apart different pieces, tax hikes, whatever it is. I just want you to keep in mind that what the Biden administration is currently saying is that this bill, they want to work out the kinks, work out the details, and then the beginning of the summer, which my guess is probably June 1st, is they want that bill within Congress, within the House or the Senate to kind of, further flush out the details, work on the verbiage, the language, and really figure out what other pieces they can add or pull. So what we are seeing is that we will most likely see this bill pass during the summer. That's according to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. She is stating that is the goal for the Biden administration, is to get this passed sometime over the summer. So it would most likely be a end of summer, fall type bill, but we will see as we get a little bit closer. We're still a little ways away. First, let's discuss what is going on regarding the $1,400 stimulus checks, because I know a lot of you guys have still not received them. If you haven't received your stimulus check, let me know down in the comment section below. How long did it take you roughly to get your $1,200 check or your $600 check? If you haven't received any of the three, let me know and I could possibly help you try to get it, because chances are you are going to have to go and file taxes. Now, I'm not going to go and file taxes for you, but I can help direct you in the right direction. So that's what I can do. So again, if you have questions, let me know down in the comment section below and I can help you out there. Now, regarding the $1,400 stimulus checks to those that are on Social Security, what we know is the Treasury said earlier today that the IRS is sending checks out to those on Social Security, and it's going to happen later on this week. Now, whether it happens on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't think it's going to happen Saturday or Sunday, but it's going to happen Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Well, which day? We don't know. The Treasury didn't give us that much detail as to when the checks are coming out, but they did say that the IRS is going to send payments to those that are going to get direct deposit, and that's going to come to accounts on April 7th. They're very specific with on April 7th, not before, on April 7th, which is next Wednesday. Okay, so according to a few reports, this also includes direct express cards as well. What I can tell you is that right now, if you don't have a pending date, if you don't have a pending date when you check the IRS Get My Payment portal, just understand that's fine, That's understandable, because only the people that are going to get the check tomorrow should have a pending date. The IRS hasn't sent the checks as of right now, As of the afternoon of March 30th, the IRS hasn't sent out the additional, millions of stimulus checks to those on Social Security benefits. So what I can tell you is that you will most likely see a new pending date, most likely on Friday. So you can check tomorrow, you can check Thursday, but my guess is Friday is going to be the day where when you check, it's going to show a pending date of April 7th. So just keep that in mind. I know this isn't the best news. You've been waiting for this check. You probably have bills to pay, medication to buy, food to eat, but first you got to buy it, and the checks just aren't coming. I know it's frustrating, but just hang in there. The IRS is supposedly getting the checks out. So now, let's talk about President Biden's Build Back Better plan and what this is going to include. Now, I just want to reiterate something that I said this the other day, and this is something that we don't know the exact details of it, but according to Jen Psaki of the White House press secretary and President Biden himself, they're going to split up this bill. This isn't going to be a $4 trillion bill that just gets thrown at us tomorrow, and this is going to happen tomorrow. We're going to see this bill. It's going to be unveiled tomorrow. Hopefully we get more details than what I'm about to give you right now, but we will see. So here's what we know. It's going to be a two-part bill. Aides currently say that it's going to be right around $4 trillion. However, it's most likely going to be pushed up a little bit higher. But the first part, which will be unveiled tomorrow, is going to be for $2.25 trillion. That's the first part. Now, this is going to include $650 billion on infrastructure spending. It's going to include $400 billion on elder and disabled spending and elder and disabled care. And this is a big one because what we are finding out now is that what was actually in the last bill was not enough. There was nothing in it for people that were, taking care of elderly or disabled at home. There was nothing for them. So this is a big one. We also know there's $300 billion for housing, and this will most likely include possibly low-income housing as well. We know there's probably going to be things in here for solar and just energy efficiency for housing as well. We know there's $300 billion in here for manufacturing, and this is really to compete with China. That's what we're hearing right now. Is we were essentially going to see another package called the China package, which was going to be kind of headed by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. However, it looks like they want to kind of push that into this bill and just make it all inclusive. So we will see. We know there's going to be about $400 billion for clean energy credits. This is going to include things like solar power. It's going to include things like electric vehicles, probably charging stations as well, is based off what we've been hearing. There's also going to be money in here for water, broadband, and other things like that as well. So we will see what all they put in here. But again, what I want you to understand is just because they put something in here now doesn't mean it's going to for sure be in here. Chances are things will be modified. They're going to restructure the bill in multiple ways. But what I can tell you is that lawmakers are pushing for additional relief, and depending on what we see in this next bill, we could potentially see a stimulus check. We could see student loan forgiveness, first-time home buyers credits, and other things like that. Again, all these bills that we've been seeing, the proposals over the past year, chances are they're going to be thrown into a pot into this bill. But just understand, President Biden wants to keep this bill right around $4 trillion. However, there's a large group of Democrats that want to see this increase to right over $5 trillion. However, there's also a large group or a decent-sized group of Democrats that are pushing for a $10 trillion Build Back Better plan. So we will see what happens there. Problem with this is there's multiple ideas. Chances are President Biden's idea is most likely going to be the one that sticks. Now, I'm not saying what he proposes tomorrow is exactly what we're going to see, but that has the highest chance of passing at this point. So what we will see right now is, again, what experts are saying is we are going to see the next couple of weeks are going to be big on what is to come, because right now what we expect is the case numbers for COVID to increase. If this does, expect more stimulus. Also, expect more infrastructure, and it's trying to get jobs back if we see additional cases. Because what I can tell you right now is this Friday, the unemployment numbers will be coming out. And depending on what we see, according to experts, we could see either a push for a greater need for infrastructure, or we could see moderates push for less spending. So this, again, it can go both ways. Most are currently expecting, instead of $4 trillion, it's going to be pushed up a little bit, maybe closer to 5. However, nobody is currently expecting it's going to be less than 4. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. And remember, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, two of the more moderate Democrats that were kind of not really supportive 100% of the past $1.9 trillion stimulus package, well, they still are going to have to vote. And right now, some are saying that, according to the last reports, neither one indicated that they would be in too big of a supporter to get this bill passed, especially if it's going to miss out on some of the marks. Now, we don't know what those marks are, but I'm pretty sure we'll find out within the next week or two. What I can tell you is neither Joe Manchin or Kyrsten Sinema want to pretty much push for a big bill if it's not going to provide an immediate impact within the next 5 years. And according to a lot of reports, President Biden isn't even pushing for this to happen all of a sudden in 5 years. Some of these things that he's trying to do aren't actually going to affect us until maybe 10 years down the road. So it's very difficult to see how some of these things in this bill are going to pass. But as of right now, this is what we are seeing. So what I can tell you is we're going to get a lot of updates over the next couple of weeks. We will see, because right now Congress is at home. Congress is on recess for the next couple of weeks. So they'll come back, I think, on April 12th, which means until then, they're pretty much just going to be sitting at home, looking at the TV, coming up with different ideas based off what their constituents are recommending to them or telling them that they need. So what I can tell you is, my guess is next week we will see even more updates. We'll see even more proposals. And once Congress comes back, we are most likely going to see April is going to be full of just different proposals. Some are going to be good, some are going to be bad, some are going to be crazy to think they would ever pass, but we will see what happens, and I promise we will get through this together. So just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.